Okay, Paul here with Paul Can't Stop. I'm actually in Arizona right now. I haven't made a video talking in a while, but just want to kind of update a couple of things. I was kind of getting to a point where I'm still getting stronger and more stable. I had to put on a lot of water to to help keep the throbbing and stuff away in my feet. I have to be like super hydrated. But I was getting to a point where I guess I needed like a neurological reset, and it was physical therapy. I was waiting for the VA to approve it again, um, so I couldn't continue it until they approved it. So took a few weeks off from that and just kept doing strength and conditioning at the gym and a little bit of MMA, standing in front of my knees, whatever I could do with balance. So I flew down to see a buddy of mine from the Marines in Arizona. Ended up, I've got a few people down here that I know. And one thing I found out that was even with taking vitamin D supplements, it seemed like the vitamin D wasn't the same as actually getting in the sun. Within 2 days of being in the sun, I felt re-energized. Been able to do a lot of workouts here. I'm just using the pool, the rubber bands, some old school dumbbells outside that my buddy has and stuff like that, and walking. But in the mix of it, this whole time, once I got my mind, what I would say, basically as balanced as I could get it, things would just happen and kind of come to me and kind of guide me with, as long as I would just go with the flow and not push back against the energy, and things just kind of line up. I kind of ran into a guy actually taking an Uber that dealt with basically neurological resets, and this gentleman seemed to know a lot about what I was talking about and had experienced some of it himself years back, and spent an hour or so today working on that reset, with the vagus nerve, all things that I already know, but I've learned, and through connecting with others, through getting in touch with my spiritual side, realizing that energy controls everything, and realizing that there's really the right side of your brain controls the left side. It's kind of complicated to understand, or it used to be, at least for me, but I think that things are gonna change here drastically balance-wise, and my balance is gonna be coming back. I've had the number 33 stuck in my head since I can remember. 33 months would be May of this year. I'm hoping that would be, full recovery, but as I've said before, even if I never fully recovered, I would never change what I've gone through on this journey. I've learned so much. I've learned to appreciate everything. And I've got rid of every last vice I have had, and that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. Kind of in length, but not too long. I used to binge drink. I used to turn to gambling. I used to turn to anything that would give me some sort of release, other than, going, let's say, skydiving or something like that. And I was always overstressed. I had multiple companies running or trying to run, and I would get stressed, and I wouldn't be able to handle it. I would think I could handle it, but I would be honest with myself that I couldn't handle it, and I wasn't dealing with it properly, and I would turn to these vices for outlets, right? Well, oddly, once I got my mental health straight, drinking was nothing for me again. I stopped drinking in June of 2024 and never even thought about it again. I'm around it. I don't mind it. I go out with people that drink, and unlike most people that say they're an alcoholic and stop drinking, I know that I could have a couple drinks and never drink again. I just don't want to, and I'll never take that chance. And it's not advice that you're supposed to give people recovering and stuff like that, because I don't know how to explain it other than I'm just not typical. And the way that I had to deal with this stuff was to put myself through the ringer, isolate myself for months, work through shit from a child all the way to to now face the man in the mirror basically, and just and tackle each thing at a time through radical accountability, through taking ownership for everything I've done in my past, and changing it. Not just saying, hey, I'm sorry, I fucked up, but saying, hey, I did this, and this is why my life spiraled out of control, because I wasn't taking care of myself. And how can you take care of someone else if you can't take care of yourself? So anyways, while I was out here, I decided to go to the casino with my buddy, and I realized that I absolutely hate losing any money. I don't have a lot of it, and I don't like losing what I do have, so that I can do things like this and fly to see my friends and take care of all my things that my kids need, and I don't like losing it. So I sat down to play. I intentionally played the game that I used to lose a bunch of money in back in the day, and I sat down and I won one hand out of I don't know how many in a row. I had a set amount of money I brought. I wasn't comfortable with losing it, but I knew that if I lost it, I wasn't gonna, I'd still be able to fly home. And I lost it, and I got up and went and watched the free UFC fights and ate, and no part of me, with the few chips I had left, wanted to go run and just try to get that money back and chase it back on the roulette table or on a different table, or go to the ATM or go get more cash like I used to in the past and want to chase and chase and chase. There wasn't any part of me that did that, and so I was happy to leave, and I had no problem going back, and messing around. But I know that it's not something that I have to chase anymore. And to be totally transparent and honest, that was the last detrimental, destructive vice that I've ever had in my life, that I guess I defeated it, and because it's been a few years since I've been there, and so now I know that I can just focus on my recovery of my health, get my balance back, and hopefully by May, June, I'm fully walking again. If not, I'm gonna enjoy the hell out of my life regardless, and make damn sure that my kids do too, and anyone else on my path, and keep your circle tight, and build the people around you, and hope that they build you back, and spread the love and happiness, and help others when you can. Just try to let everybody see me be as vulnerable as I can in any way I can, and see that you can get through this shit and come out the other side of it. It's all mindset. It's all mindset. What's going on with my legs was literally stress broke me. I let it, but it was uncontrollable, and without it happening to me, I don't think I'd be here today. So I just wanted to say all that. If it resonates, great. Have a great week.